Hello, hello. My name is Professor Gilbson Gomes Bento. I'm from Brazil, and I'm recording this video um, teaching the Greek alphabet from the book Athenais or Athenase or Athenaste, as we call it in Greek. So here it says introduction, the part two, the Greek alphabet. Many of the letters of the Greek alphabet will already be familiar to you. So you have a table, a chart, and you have one column for letter that has the capital letter, the small letter, and the small letter in Greek, and you have the name of the letter in Greek and the transliteration, which is when you change one letter from Greek to a Latin letter from the Roman alphabet, the same used in English, or at least the most words, and you have some guides for pronunciation. And for the first letter is this one. You have the capital letter, this uppercase letter, and the small, the downcase. I don't remember how you call it. The small letter, the big letter, the small letter. The big letters are older. The small letters are newer. They are from Middle Ages. So you have the first letter alpha, alpha, alpha. You pronounce it alpha, alpha, and here you see the translation alpha, alpha. You can pronounce it. It's a, a, as a sound of top, top, short of alpha as the sound of top, and ah, long alpha as the sound of top, but held longer. So ah, top, ah, and ah. The second letter is beta, 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 beta. Beta is has the sound of this letter B, the same sound as the letter B. In modern Greek, it has the sound of the letter V. In its name is Vita, but in classical Greek, in Koine Greek, we call it beta, beta, beta. The third letter is gamma, 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 which has the sound of the letter G, but before the letters gamma, kappa, xi, or ki has the sound of sing, sing. So you have like two letters when you have the sound mm. So you have two gamma, 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 kappa, gamma, xi, gamma, ki. You have this mm. Sometimes it's you can use like a translation like n. Use the letter n for translation. So the next letter is delta, 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 and has the sound of the letter D. In modern Greek, it's different, but has more like the sound of a th. But in ancient Greek, we when we talk about ancient Greek, we say that it has the same sound of the letter D, D, delta, delta. So alpha, beta, gamma, delta. So the next letter is epsilon, epsilon, epsilon. It looks like the letter E and has the sound, it's the same sound as the letter, or at least it's close to the sound in the of the letter E in the word get, get. It's like but really it's not like it's more close, more like e. So it's epsilon, epsilon. But if you cannot say epsilon, you can say epsilon. In modern Greek, it's more like it's more similar to this get, like eh. But you can say like epsilon or epsilon. I say epsilon, but if you cannot say epsilon, you can say epsilon, but it needs to be short. The next letter is zeta, zeta, or zeta, zeta. Here it says like it says that it's like the sound of sigma plus the sound of delta, like the letters SD in wisdom, like is zeta, zeta. But a lot of people will say zeta, the the DS, like or DS or DZ. So a lot of people will say zeta, zeta, zeta. And if in modern Greek you just say a Z sound, like zeta, zeta is the name of the letter. The next letter is eta, eta, eta. As the sound of bed, but held longer. So eta, eta. The next letter, and some people say eta, a. Some people say a, but I say eh. And in modern Greek, it sounds like e. So its name is in modern Greek is eta. The next letter is theta, theta. Theta has an aspirated D as in top, top. Some people will pronounce like TH in think or thank you. In modern Greek, it's also pronounced like a TH. So they will call it theta, theta in modern Greek. The next letter is iota, iota. It can be pronounced as short as in it, but I don't pronounce just like it. I pronounce like it, and e as in keen, keen as the sound in the word keen. So e. So short, long. The next letter is kappa, 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 without expirations, like the sound of K, but without expiration, as in sack, sack. So kappa, kappa. The next letter is lambda, 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 lambda. Has the same sound as the letter L, l, lambda, lambda, lambda. The next letter is mu, mu, mu. Has the same sound as the letter M. The next letter is nu, nu, nu. Has the same sound as the letter N. The next letter is C, C. Has the same sound as a combination K of a kappa letter and sigma letter. Has the sound of K and S, or like the sound of the letter X in X, X. And the next letter is letter Omicron, Omicron. Omicron has the sound as same sound as boat or goat. Just the first sound. O, O, Omicron, Omicron, Omicron. So it's short, it's close, Omicron. You can say, some people say Omicron, 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 open, Omicron. But I don't say that. I say Omicron, Omicron. And I say that based on what I have read. The next letter is P, P, P. as the sound of P without the letter P, without aspiration, as in sap, sap. Some people say pi, but the name of the letter in Greek is P. The next letter is Ra, 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 a trilled R, 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 Ra, Ra, Ra. The next letter is Sigma, Sigma, Sigma. You have, in Sigma, you have like two, when you have the little letters, when you have the small letters, you have two or more different kinds of sigma. You have this one, which is round, which is used at the beginning of words and in the middle of words. And you have this one, which looks like an S, which is used in the end, at the end of words. It's so known as the final S, final sigma, final sigma. So in the pronunciation is S as in sing, but it can be like a Z in or Z before beta, gamma, delta, and mu written, and it's written like this at the last letter of the word, when the last letter of the word of a word. In many texts, all sigmas appear as like a something like a C, which is called lunate sigma. So this is one of a kind of a different shape that the letter has. When it's like shape, this shape like a C, you don't have the difference between final sigma and the other normal sigma. You just have lunate sigma. The next letter is the letter tau, 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 which is it has the same sound as T without aspiration, as in sat, sat, sat. So tau, 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 tau. It's dental, dental. It's in the teeth, upper teeth. Tau, tau. Modern Greek is called taf, but you can call it tau, 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 tau. The next letter is upsilon, upsilon, upsilon. So U has the sound of the French tu, tu. It's the same sound as U in French or U in umlaut in German. So you have short U and long U, long upsilon, short upsilon U and long upsilon U. So you have like the same sound as in tu in French, but held longer. So tu, u, upsilon. So it can be a short or long sound. The next letter is P, P, aspirated P as in pot. Some people will say phi, phi, and you can pronounce it like that. It's used in modern Greek too, like phi. Phi is the name of the word or the name of the letter in modern Greek, phi. So you can say phi, but I say p, p. Most of the time I say p, but sometimes it's hard and I say phi, like pronounced as an F. So you can pronounce like a P aspirated or like a letter F. The next letter is key, key, an aspirated K, an aspirated kappa, like in kit, kit, kit. So you have to put some air, a puff of air, key, key. Some people will pronounce in a total different sound like he, 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 he. But that's more modern. It's like the sound in German, like ha, ho, hu, he, he. So you have like this different sound. So you can say like he. A lot of people say he, but I say key. It's easier for me to say key. I don't find it easy to say he. You can say he. It's easier if it is easier for you. And the next letter is psi, 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 which is a combination of p and sigma, like p and s, and lips. And the word lips. And the last letter is o, or omega, 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 which is the sound of caught, held longer. Or. Some people say oh, oh, oh. You can try to say but I say It's easier for me to say oh. Omicron, I say o, and omega, I say oh. So I'm going to talk now about breathing marks, aspiration, more symbols, which you sometimes you use over some vowels at the beginning of words, some to show that you have an aspiration. Like this one, you have hen. In this one, you have who. When you have two vowels, like a diphthong, you put the breathing mark, the aspiration mark over the second vowel. And sometimes you have a different symbol, a different sign, which is called a smooth breathing mark. This one you call a rough breathing mark. In this one is you call a smooth breathing mark. So it's a sign that there is no aspiration. So you pronounce like in, oo, in, and oo. So that's what is breathing marks are. It's something that it's hard to see, to how to pronounce. The modern Greek, you don't use them anymore. So but here are some examples in use over in the beginning of words, in vowels and diphthongs, the second vowel of a diphthong, and also you use over the letter ro at the beginning of words here, raptos, which means wand. And it's supposed to make the raw sound different, like raw, raw. But I don't make it the difference always. So now talking about diphthongs, there are some diphthongs in Greek. Here are some diphthongs like I, alpha, iota, I in I geese, like as the word as the sounding high, I as in high, au in autocrates as the sounding how, eu, eugenes pronounced like y in y pronounced as one syllable. I pronounce eu, I, au, eu, el, I, au, eu, el, eugenes, heureka, heureka. So it's an example of word heureka. Oh, heureka, heureka. Sorry, heureka. So aegis, autocrates, eugenes, heureka. Oi, oikonomia, as in foil, it says, but I don't pronounce it as in foil. I pronounce closer. So I say oi, oikonomia. Here it says like to pronounce like oi, but I don't pronounce like oi. I pronounce like oi, oikonomia. And here, ui, 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 huyos, like a u and e pronounced as one syllable. Huyos. I sometimes I pronounce ui, but I should pronounce something like uy, uy, huyos, 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 huyos. And you have other vowel combinations. These are called digraphs because you have like two vowels, but they don't sound like uh, a diphthong. Like the letter ipsilon and the letter iota together, they have like a sound like e, ecose, ecose, ecose. Most of the time, I pronounce like a, like ecose, ecose, ecose. But I don't say don't as the sound in they, because for me they have this two sounds a. But I don't know if you are like a native English speaker, you can perceive the difference between a and a a. I don't pronounce a. I pronounce a a. So if you cannot pronounce a, pronounce like a. Don't pronounce a. Don't pronounce a. In here you have like this one, which is it was like an evolution in the omicron in ypsilon. You pronounce like ooh, ooh, ooh. It's a long sound, always a long sound, like as the sounding mood, mood. You have the word utis, utis. You have ecosi, ecosi, and utis, utis, which means 20 and no one. And you have iota subscript. What is the iota subscript? Iota subscript was a way that the grammarians thought to recover a sound that was not written anymore and was not pronounced anymore, but in some way it was useful for grammar, and it was some at some time it was pronounced. So what do you do? They use they write in every book nowadays. The ancient books, they are written below the some vowels, long vowels, alpha, eta, and omega, like this one. I don't know if you can see. Let me give you a zoom. Like this one, alpha, iota subscript, eta, iota subscript, omega, iota subscript. So you have like this iota subscript, which most of people don't pronounce it when they are reading. So they say a, o, or a, e, o, something like that. But I can say a, o. But sometimes I will pronounce it like I, a, oi, because I want to show that they are there and you can read them. So I sometimes I will say I, a, oi, but they are considered not real diphthongs because they were lost at the beginning of classical Greek. So you have like these long vowels which had uh, which were a diphthong with the letter iota, but they became like just long vowels. And they are important for grammatical reasons. So sometimes when you write words using only capital letters, nowadays in modern books, you write those iotas beside the letters. Like in it, you call that like adscript. So you like here you say you see the same title, po pros te crene. I can pronounce the iota subscript pros te crene, and I can not pronounce like pros te crene, pros te crene. Prostekrene. And when you write the same expression in all capital letters nowadays in a book, in a modern edition, you write the yotas side by side with the etas here, for example. So you see the etas side by side with the iota. So you can choose not to pronounce, say pros, te, crene, and not pronounce. And there are some editions where the iotas are written side by side with the etas and the alphas and the omegas in small letters too. I believe it happens when you have a text which uses those letters like that, for sure. But most of books don't use like that. And you have paired consonants. You are supposed to pronounce those. You have a pause. You are supposed to have twice as long as a single consonant. So l, m, t. So you have to make a pause. So l, m, t. You have to make a pause. Gamma, gamma. But in this gamma gamma, gamma kappa, gamma tsi, gamma ki, you pronounce the first gamma as a in sing, as the sound ng in sing. So you say like angelos, 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 ancura. Angelos, which means messenger, ancura, which means anchor. Okay? Double consonants. There, so you have here zeta or zeta. Some people believe like this sequence like sigma delta, but some people will believe in delta sigma. So it's zeta is like a combination sigma delta or delta sigma. Xi is the combination of kappa sigma or gamma sigma or chi sigma, which will result in Xi. So you'll never see kappa sigma side by side, gamma sigma side by side, chi sigma side by side, because it will be written Xi. Psi is the result of P plus sigma beta plus sigma P plus sigma. So that's it. Zeta or zeta, Xi, and Psi are considered double consonants. There are also aspirated consonants, like theta is the aspirated tau, P is an aspirated P, Ki is an aspirated kappa. And you have this table consonant sounds, nasals, mi, mu, and nu, gamma, and followed by gamma, kappa, xi, and or ki, liquids, lambda, rho, spirant, sigma, stops, voiceless stops, voiced stops, voiceless aspirated, labial, p, it's voiceless, beta is voiced, p is voiceless aspirated, dental, tau, delta, theta, velar is kappa, gamma, chi. And you have double zeta or zeta, c, and psi. It's in there. That division is important for some rules in some verbs in the third in some nouns in the third declension. So you have that reason. So if you want learn that right now, there's these rules. Stops followed by sigma. So labials labial consonants followed by sigma becomes psi. Dental consonants followed by sigma are lost. velar consonants followed by sigma become C. Okay, so that will be important for the declension of some nouns of the third declension and some verbs too. And punctuation. Most of punctuation used in Greek in modern edition are the same as English, but you have two different punctuation. You have this dot above, which is equivalent to a semicolon or a column, and you have to guess in some way. Sometime we'll introduce like a direct speech, a quotation, or like some divide in some way in the middle of a sentence. And you have like semicolon, which is it's not a semi it has not the same usage of a semicolons in English. It's used like a question mark. So this is used in questions at the end of questions. So they in these are modern conventions. I don't know, they are used here. They were not used in classical times, but they are used in modern editions. Accents, you have three accents. You have an acute accent, a grave accent, a circumflex accent. The acute is you have like this tone system. So acute marks when the tone goes up. Graph is used only at the end of words when the you have a word that has acute acute accent mark, but it's followed by another word, so it's not so strong. So it becomes a graph. And the circumflex marks a up and down tone. So you have a tone that goes up and goes down, and it's used in the last syllable and and the also used the at the syllable that goes before the last. The acute is used in the last three syllables. Can be used at the last one, the one that is before the one, and the third one from the end. And so it's that pitch, a change in the pitch. So most people say like tone, a change in tone, but it's a pitch. It's hard to get in modern Greek. It's not used anymore. They use only one accent, the acute accent. But they in ancient Greek times they had this different pitch stress. And in you if you study a lot, you can try to use this speech sound. It's not so easy. Sometimes you if you learn some other languages like Chinese, Mandarin, it helps to do this change. In here you have transliteration. Transliteration is important sometimes to for written. When you have something, you have a keyboard, sometimes it helps. Also, when you don't have like a Greek keyboard, it can help you to type some words in Greek using Latin letters, the same English letters. So alpha, you use the letter A. Beta, you use the letter B. Gamma, you use the letter G, but sometimes the letter N when the sound is Delta, you use the letter D. Epsilon, you use the letter E. Zeta, you use the letter Z. Eta, you use the letter E, plus this thing above, which is called macron. which is a symbol for Latin, long vowels. If you don't have this, well, you cannot use. You just don't use it. But it shows that it's a neta. It's a long vowel. Eta, teta. You use the letter th, the two letters th. Iota. You use the letter e. No, the letter I. Sorry. Kappa. You use the letter k. L. You use the letter L. Lambda. Lambda. You use the letter L. Nu. You use the letter M. Nu, you use the letter N. C, you use the letter X. O, on Omicron, you use the letter O. Omicron. P, you use the letter P. Rho, you use the letter R. Sigma, you use the letter S. Tau, you use the letter T. Ypsilon, you use the letter U or the letter Y. P, you use the letters P and H. Key, you use the letter CH. Sometimes people use KH too. C, you use the letter P and S. Omega, you use the letter O, but with this macron symbol, macron sign over the O. So when you use about, you don't, when you have like iota subscript, most of the time you don't use no different symbol. You just put an I letter side with the A, the E, and the O. But some, yeah, there are some fonts where you can make a different sign below the letter A and E and O. But if you don't, just use that. Um, and here are some schemes for writing the letters. You can say like out write alpha like this down round down down round down epsilon like this. Make this movement 1 2 iota like this iota kappa. It's here it's complicated. You don't need to do that. Just this like a small k and a bigger k. This 1 2 3 n looks like a v. Omicron round b. 1 2 3 1 2 3 sigma round up, and you go like this. 1 2 is tau. Epsilon is round like a u. It must be round like u. Omega is like round like this. This is small letters. You need sometimes. Delta is round and up. Tat, you can go like this. You can close. You can just make a oval shape and cross a little to make tat too. Mhm. Lambda, you go like this. 1 2 1 2. Gamma. Go above the line. Up goes above the line. One. You can make it closer. This part. Eta looks like a N, but with a leg above the line. Eta. Mu has a this line above the line. This trace above the line and goes like this, like a U shape. One, um, 1 2. Rho is round, like a not like a P. Rho, small rho is round. It's not sharp arc as a P. It's round. Sigma, final sigma is round, like with a small tail above the line. Phi, you go round. One key is like that. Cross above the line. Small key. Uppercase key, it looks like a capital X, but small key goes above the line and cross key. Beta. Yes, it goes from above the line and up, round and round. I prefer sometimes do the opposite. Go like this. One Z or Z, well, like this. Up, curve, and a bit above the line. Some people do like more round like that. You don't need to do it. You can do something like that. And see, one, two, three above the line. One, two. Some people say just do one, this like this. See, and you do like curve. You cut from above to down the line. C, C, beta, zeta, C, C. And here you have some words, and you can try to pronounce, and you can try to copy those words, and you can try to find a word that is a derivative in English. Enigma. It's number one, enigma. Two, axioma. Three, aroma. Four, asthma. Five, gramma. Six, dirma. Seven, diadema. Eight, diaphragma. Nine, dilemma. 10, diploma. 11, dogma. 12, drama. 13, emblema. 14, steugma or zeugma. 15, tema. 16, teorema. 17, idioma. 18, kinema. 19, clima. 20, coma. 21, matema. 22, miasma. 23, nomisma. 24, onoma. 25, plasma. 26, pneuma. 27, pragma. 28, poema. 29, prisma. 30, problema. 31, sorry, 31, reuma. 32, stigma. 33, symptoma. 34, systema. 35, schema. 36, schisma. 37, soma. 38, phlegma. It's easier to say phlegma, but you can try to say phlegma. 39, chasma. 40, chroma. In here you have some other words. The 12 Olympians, the 12 Olympian gods, Zeus or Zeus, Hera, Athena, Apollon, Artemis, Poseidon, Aphrodite, Hermes, Hephaestus, Ares, Dionysus, Demeter, the nine muses, Cleio, Euterpe, Thalia, Melpomene, Terpsichora, Erato, Volumnia, Urania, Calliope, three graces, Aglaia, Euphrosyne, Thalia, the three fates, Clotaire, Lachesis, Atropos. And here you have the beginning, the beginning text. This the you can try to make some transliteration of the first sentence, and you can try to read the first text of the book. Hodikaiopolis Athenaiosestin, oike de Hodikaiopolis ukentais Athenais alain tois agrois, oturgos garestin, Georgei unton kleron kai ponei entois agrois, Chalepos de estin hobios, hogar kleros esti micros, macros de Hoponos. Aeiun ponei Hodikaiopolis, kai Polakis stenadzei, o stenastei, kai leei. Os deu, Chalepos estin hobios, aperantos garestin hoponos, micros de hocleros, kai polyn siton parece, ala skyros estin hoanthropos, kai auknos, olakis un kairei, eleuteros garesti, kai auturgos, pilei de tonoikon, kalos garestin, hocleros, kai siton parece, upulin ala hikanon. So you can try to read, to repeat. Let me try to read once more. Hodikaiopolis Athenaios estin, oikei de Hodikaiopolis, uk en tais Athenais, ala en tois agrois, auturgos garestin, Georgei unton kleron, kai ponei en tois agrois, Chalepos de estin hobios, hogar kleros esti micros, macros de hoponos, aeiun ponei Hodikaiopolis, kai polakis stenasdei, kai legei, os deu, Chalepos estin hobios, aperantos garestin hoponos, micros de hocleros, kai upolyn siton parece, ala skyros estin hoanthropos, kai auknos, polakis un kairei, eleuteros garesti, kai auturgos, pilei de tonoikon, kalos garestin hocleros, kai siton parece, upolyn ala hikanon. Então, so this was my video. I hope you like it.